Here we are with Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
I'm Nate.
And we are here today to discuss Thunderbolts. And because we all just went and watched it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Thunderbolts today and whatever else we've got. I think Brad's got something.
I do have something.
So before we get started with Thunderbolts, I think Brad's going to...
It may take up a decent chunk of time.
Okay.
But it won't detract us from our Thunderbolts.
All right. Well, when we start arguing about Thunderbolts, we're not going to do it very long anyway.
Yeah. All right. So, we're recording on May the 4th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars shit.
Happy Star Wars Day.
So, I wanted to do a little game show. May the 4 minutes be with you. All right.
Okay.
So, this is how this game show is going to work. I am going to ask you to choose between a person, place, or thing. I will then give you that person, place, or thing, and then you have to describe it a certain way to Nate. You have 1 minute to make sure Nate guesses that. If you can't get him to guess what your word is in that minute, then you don't get a point. Otherwise, you get a point. So we'll do it 4 times, 1 minute for each word. It should be pretty quick, but okay. In the event of a tie, there'll be a tiebreaker round. And what we're going to do is you two are going to play against each other. In the spirit of Star Wars, Nick will be the dark side. Levi will be the light side. Levi can only describe the words to Nate by acting them out. He cannot speak.
Oh, you are fucking me.
Nick can only use one-word syllables.
Oh, God.
If you use a word with 2 syllables, you instantly lose that round.
Oh, right. God.
So, you both have your handicaps to you. But, yeah, so who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first?
I'll go first.
Can I borrow someone's phone for a timer?
Yeah.
So, Nate, I think it's best if you sit kind of where that Mountain Dew is.
Okay.
So there's the stopwatch on the thing. Do you want me to sit where you were at?
You can sit. Levi's gonna have to.
Levi's gonna have to stand up in front of us and act it out,
Yeah, I know. That's going to be the fun part. I'm trying.
which will be awesome.
Yes. And I'm gonna sit right here and watch it all unfold. All right, Nick. For the first one, person, place, or thing.
Let's go person.
All right.
I might need that bottle of whiskey right there if I fuck up so bad.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay. You got 1 minute starting now.
Han. Shot.
Greedo.
There you go.
Oh my fucking God! I'm gonna get so fucked.
All right. Do you want to alternate per question?
No, I'm fine with this.
You want to just go straight all 4 for your dad?
Oh!
Do you want to alternate? So you go next?
I'll go ahead. I'll go next.
All right.
We'll make this interesting. So, person, place, or thing?
Yes.
I'll go thing. I am
All right.
kind of blocking Dad, but viewers will have to...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's on Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah, this is on the Patreon.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1.
I gotta make sure I'm thinking of the right one, too. I believe I am.
Yep. Damn.
Oh, God.
Nate is fucking on
Nate, you
fire.
saved me because I didn't know how I was gonna try to do the shooting out of my head.
Well, I can't make sounds.
I can't make sounds either. No, I'm playing charades here, baby.
Oh, God.
All right.
I love how the viewers got just a nice view of my ass the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's for the Patreon
Okay.
members.
Person, place, or thing.
Well, I'm gonna switch it up and go. I'm gonna do each one. So let's do place.
You're gonna do place. All right.
Oh god, places I might have trouble with. Okay.
4 minutes is our limit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, 1 minute. for
There's
each
4
word.
rounds.
Oh.
1 minute a round.
Okay. All right.
So
all right.
technically it's 8.
So
because
if he
there's
doesn't
2
get
of
it within a minute, then it's just over.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, God, if I had to do charades for 4 fucking minutes.
That would be amazing. I would
All right.
love it. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Han. Stone.
Cloud City. Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Damn! Damn!
Nate is on fire.
I couldn't
with
say
these.
carbonite.
No, you can't say carbonite.
I couldn't say carbonite.
And
so
you
the-
can't say Jabba or Palace.
Yeah.
the
I mean,
next
both
thing was
2
Could
syllables.
I say Tatooine?
I mean,
No, he
you can say anything.
Okay.
You're afraid. You can just shell
Okay.
out the guesses, not like you fucking need to. Apparently.
Is this gonna be like Jurassic Park at trivia on Wednesday?
yeah. Yeah.
My God. Okay, so
Okay.
person, place, or thing.
Fuck. I'm gonna try not to pick the same thing, so we'll go with place.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna go.
I
through
just don't
each
know
one.
how I'm gonna act out a place or a person. Great, I didn't know how I was gonna act out with TNT, and I got that pretty fast.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I want to make sure you can act it out too. I wanted to, I would have had to wrote so many because who knows which ones you guys are going to
okay.
pick.
Right.
So I figured I'd be a little faster, but we'll go with. I don't know how to spell that.
Oh God. Oh God.
Does it have markings in the name?
He'll get it.
Alright. I'll wait till the timer starts.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
No. I thought I had it.
Mustafar.
How the fuck? I have no idea. I had something and then my brain blanked.
Was that a pyramid that you were trying to make?
Well, he can't reply to that.
I can't reply. Okay.
Oh,
But
is
you
it
can't,
when?
you can't technically speak to help.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, that is true. I was gonna give hands up no or thumbs up no. But
that
yeah.
works.
Okay.
Is it the planet after the original episode 4 when they left Death Star for the first fucking time? They go there to rejoin and figure out the fucking plans how to destroy the son of a bitch. Fuck. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's Coruscant. I didn't.
Fuck it.
My first brain went to the Jedi Temple, but I didn't. I thought if I went pyramid
How
and
do you-
then
how do
fighting
you
like a
spell it?
Jedi, he would just go to the Jedi Temple and not go for the planet. And then
I
I
don't
figured if
think
I
I
tried
spelled
to
it
do
right.
this to
It's
signify
It's
planet,
A-I-E.
it wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
And then my brain just went blank and was like, then I was gonna be like, the senators. How the fuck am I gonna imitate a senator?
Palpatine walk.
I guess I could have tried to walk like Palpatine.
You could have. Isn't that where Anakin killed all the little kids? You could be like.
Oh my god, it was!
You could be like little kid, like.
Oh no,
I could have been the Youngling Slayer.
I almost put the Jedi Temple. And I'm like, that might be too low-hanging fruit for him.
That's immediately where I'm trying to go anyways.
Alright.
Thing.
Oh, you haven't done thing yet.
Yeah, I did. I did person place. I got thing.
Alright,
Jesus Christ.
Nope, that won't work.
It's funny because I got to think in my head too before I say it out loud whether or not it's only one syllable.
Yeah, the whole time I'm doing things, I'm just like, fuck! How do I do it?
Jesus Christ, the only ass fucking thing for a thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Fur. Belt.
Chewbacca. Tarful.
You had the.
Those were all one syllable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you haven't hit 2 syllable yet.
You're good.
First.
Kashyyyk.
Your first word.
Your first word.
Fur. Belt.
Fur belt.
Stuff.
Oh, you fucking kidding. Fur belt stuff.
Not waste.
Oh, fucking...
Chew.
Time.
What the fuck were
Chewbacca's bandolier.
What the fuck?
I was curious if he knew. As soon as he said fur belt, I was like, the bandolier.
What
gotcha.
is it called? A bandolier?
Bandolier.
Oh, hang on.
If you would have been able to describe the item, I would have given it to you.
If you would have said Chewie's belt, he probably
I
would
would
have
have given it to you.
Oh, god damn it!
That's why he was trying to get you, because the first thing he said was Chewbacca, or Chewie.
That's why I said first word,
Oh.
and then you got off the rails and you were thinking I was trying to explain something with first word.
I'll
I
be
wasn't.
honest.
I wanted you to go back to the first word.
I was hoping he would have accidentally said Chewie or Chewbacca somehow, but he busted out the Chew. And
I thought he was going to try to be a smart ass and go, Chew. E?
No,
exactly.
I've been like,
So you guys are 2-2 right now, right? 2-2.
Yeah, because I lost my last one and you lost yours.
This will be.
Yeah,
that was
I
your
went
third.
Yes.
That was your third.
You
I'm 1 and 1.
If you get one, you'll take the
And
lead.
you're 2 and 1.
Okay. Person,
Yes.
place, or thing.
Oh yeah, we'll be tied if you get this one right.
Yeah. And I'm going to be cheap here because it'll put us into the 4th round where I'll switch my category, but I'll go back to thing.
You're going to go back to thing.
Back to thing.
Oh.
Because I feel like I had an easier shot with thing. Now, he may make this hard on me, but I feel like if I try to go person, I just guaranteed my loss.
You tie us with the correct. You tie me with the correct answer.
I'm trying to at least get us into the final round. I want to go the distance.
Let's think of a good thing.
You want to force me to have to get the last round right.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
I just can't wait until I get to see what he put.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Speeder. Starfighter. Star Cruiser. Millennium Falcon. Light speed.
I'm trying not to speak because I know I'll give shit away.
It's a ship. God. Razor Crest. Oh, it's a boba ship.
I fucked this for myself. I know I've lost this one. Because I know I fucked it. Yeah. We'll just call it.
All right.
It was a hyperdrive unit.
Oh,
I got
fuck it.
into spaceship.
Yeah,
I
you're
got
so
into.
specific on
I
that.
got into.
When you said light speed, I was like, oh, he might get it.
That's where I was like, all right, kinda. And then I was trying to figure out how to do hyperdrive or unit.
You could
And then
episode 1 did a little block thing, but you couldn't.
I was gonna say I can't describe
It said
episode 1 by
hyperdrive.
just going.
You could have just. Yeah, I don't know that he would have gotten that.
I got close though. I got close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
All
For
right.
not getting
Tied
wrong,
2
I'm
to
getting
2.
close.
No, I
Last
lost.
question.
Yeah, he's lost 2,
I've lost
Oh,
2.
you've lost.
and I've
2.
lost 1.
And he's lost
Okay,
so.
so you
So
got
at
the
best
lead.
we could technically tie it 2 to 2
Okay.
if you lost.
Which
here.
means there's
Yes.
still a
There's
tiebreaker.
still a tiebreaker if possible, but I'm gonna do a person
You're gonna do a person.
for my 4th round, and if I get this one right, then
there's
I
no
win.
chance. Yeah.
yeah, I win. So
And you have to say the person's name for the correct guess.
Dad does or Nate does?
Nate does.
I
You also can't, if part of the name is one syllable, you cannot just say.
okay.
I'm very curious.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Child left
Grogu?
dad girl child girl left dad.
Child girl. Oh, Palpatine.
No.
I'm digging too much on this.
Yeah. 4 3
4, 3. Pat. Anakin.
girl child left dad.
Leia.
Dad.
Oh, I know what his name. I can't fucking pronounce it.
Done.
Bail Organa.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, but I know what it was. I couldn't fucking pronounce it. I should have said Organa. God damn it.
So I guess I can try to tie it.
You can
here.
try to tie it.
All right.
And I'll go person. I haven't went person the whole
I did the person. I did pretty good on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you did good. My brain just went somewhere else. Oh my god.
Child left dad. When you said Leia, I was like, Dad. Leia's dad. And I couldn't say Leia because she's 2 syllables.
So it's person. Alright. Maybe. I don't think I got this, but I have an idea.
Okay, fucking hats off for this shit.
I got an idea.
All right. Come on, Nate. Don't let him down. 3, 2, 1, go.
I've lost it.
Okay, Death Star. I know who you're talking about. I can't fucking pronounce his name. I know it's him. Fucking Commander. It's not Tarkin.
Yep, you
Is
said
it
it.
Tarkin?
Alright, you're gonna
You
give it.
said it. You
Oh.
said Tarkin.
Okay.
He said the word Tarkin, so he
Let's
got
go.
The
I got.
Admiral Tarkin.
Yeah.
it. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
I
He
just
was Admiral Tarkin in the.
he was Admiral Tarkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In episode 4, right?
He's
was it
Grand
He's
Moff.
been Grand
Grand
Moff.
He was Grand Moff,
Yeah.
yeah. Come episode 4, he was Grand Moff.
He
but-
became Moff Tarkin in Clone Wars.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
Or
after
Bad
Was it
number
Clone
six-
Wars or
I
he
think
was
Bad
Rogue
Batch.
One?
He was Admiral Tarkin while he was dealing with
The other dude.
like I think switching to clones.
Oh,
Like
Bad Batch.
when they preferred to use droids at a point. So I think he was Admiral. He was Moff after doing something
In
to
14
get rid of
BY.
clones.
He was established and Palpatine embraced
Jesus.
the Tarkin Doctrine, which advocated ruling through fear. Tarkin was also given command of the Death Star project shortly after the Empire's creation.
Yeah.
So it's basically because he was the person who came up with the idea of ruling through fear on a mass global.
Yeah.
He became Grand Moff.
Got
All right.
Oh my goodness. I got one. Fucking finally.
Where'd the timer go? I think I closed it. You still got one more,
It's
right?
clock, and no, we're tied.
You're tied.
We're tied.
This is
You got
the
The
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. All right. How do we want to handle the tiebreaker? Do you want to just each person gets another round to go? All right, here I got it. You got to switch the restriction.
So you have to act it, I get one
Yeah.
syllable.
You have to pick one category and act it out, and then he gets to pick a category and do one-word sentences.
Okay, I'm gonna do person.
Okay.
I feel like I know more people than things and planets, so I'm gonna do person.
Probably.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not great with worlds, and things are okay, but I'm not great with worlds.
Yeah, your
Planets.
definition of things is calling everything a thing.
Yeah,
What's that thing of a
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
she picked up that robotic thing and shot the electronic thing.
thing? And used the thing.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
I got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's the alien thing from the cantina.
It's no.
Mm-hmm. Mmm. Fucking hell. Hmm.
Is this thing, remember?
It's a person.
Person, yeah.
I forget the fucking alien thing.
Think,
It's a
think
band.
simpler.
Think simpler?
Yeah.
Oh, the cantina band. Fuck!
You're almost there.
Oh, you fucking- oh. Clothes. No. What the
I'll give him a half point.
what the fuck is it?
It's just a Cantina Band member. It's one person.
That's
the
why I
whole
kept
thing.
going. Just me.
Well, and at first you said the alien thing from the cantina, and I'm like, well, which one?
I
all
thought you were like, which one? I know the fucking
All right.
alien's name.
Alright.
Person, place, or thing.
Now Levi doesn't have to get up.
Yeah, I know. We will go with place.
Jesus. I'm still fucking pissed. The member bullshit. This is like Lord of the Rings fucking over again with a mix of Jurassic Park.
I didn't want to grab my
All right.
junk on camera. That's what I should have done.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah, grab it.
In
Oh, yeah, no.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Third film,
Mm-hmm.
legs.
This far.
Damn.
That was quick.
I knew if I just tried to start referencing the third episode, I could immediately.
Legs.
And it's like, he got his legs cut off.
High ground.
I was gonna say my next
Yeah.
statement is gonna be legs, arms, high ground.
Nice. Levi wins.
I barely scraped
Yeah.
by.
Levi wins by half a
I
point.
figured he was so close that if Levi couldn't pull it off, then you would have won by
Yeah.
default.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
say.
Let's get our seats back.
Okay.
Let me rearrange this camera.
Okay. Oh.
You can say I'm the most Star Wars fan now because I know I'm not the big Star Wars fan.
Alright.
You can edit.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
that was
You can
fun.
edit this by
It would
snapping
be
my
fun.
fingers.
Alright, so we're on to Thunderbolts then. Now that we've definitely thrown the podcast for a loop.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. You guys remember what happened? No, this is
You remember what the fuck happened now? I liked it personally.
I had fun. I loved it.
I like this dealt mental health in a way that's I would say simplified, but explains.
Gives like a visual.
There's a visual
Yeah.
point of view of what it looks like from Bob.
It definitely gave that. It brought to life the whole, like you knew that Stan Lee, when he created, or whoever created the Void, whichever creator it was, because I guess I shouldn't just assume it was Stan Lee. It was obviously writing the Void,
I think it was a new character,
but because of the loneliness and mental health, and that came across very well in the movie. Very well in the movie.
And all different characters.
Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee are who created the Void. With specifically in the comics, he is named as Dark Sentry.
Oh, okay.
They never really specified it in the movie. I mean, they called him his evil side, but
I believe it's also a way to show that how one person being depressed can affect an entire community of people.
yes.
Yeah.
Because it took over the whole fucking town.
Yeah.
And it hurt everybody like that he was close to.
Yeah.
You know, they just wanted to feel alright kind of shit. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, but
it definitely did a very good job of that. And I like that part of the movie for sure.
you will not convince me otherwise that it was not in fact just a reskinning of Bad News Bears.
Okay, I know I get that.
You got the fellow in court ordered to go handle these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And she does it in a very unconventional, shitty way until the end when they're like, oh, I guess we're just going to be a team now and I'm going to be good. It's Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
We won, guys. We finally won.
But
Bad News Bears, telling you. There was even booze involved.
There was involved.
I do love how they got their name, the Thunderbolts.
That was very, very well written.
There's never been a reason to why they were named that in any comic book.
Well, it was because of Thunderbolt Ross,
It's
right?
because they were,
that's
they were
right.
started
Never
by
mind.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Ross.
They were started by Thunderbolt Ross, but obviously they couldn't do that in the movies, and I don't mind this retelling of it way.
Did they ever
It
say
was very well
that
done.
was his nickname?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, they did.
Specifically in Brave New World, they did make reference to the fact that his nickname used to be Thunderbolt Ross.
He was
Okay.
Thunderbolt Ross. They made reference to that in the first Iron Man movie too.
Okay.
Yeah, when it was played by William Hurt and not
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. So,
Do you know what William Hurt's middle name is?
Boner,
Bet it's Chest.
William Chester,
Sorry, dark joke.
William Boner Hurt.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because he had a heart attack twice.
Chester.
That's not the right person.
Chester.
Sorry.
Chester Hurt.
Our condolences to his family.
Yeah. Can you not find William Hurt?
I can't find a middle name for him, and when I try to search it, everything but William Hurts pops up.
I bet you it was Chester and he got it
Are
changed.
you looking at Hertz with an S? Because
No.
it's just Hurt. Okay.
No, I've looked at Hurt, and then some things that have popped up are with a Z for some reason.
Well, I mean, because the new Avengers with a Z.
McCord.
McCord?
McCord? Is his middle name?
M,
he owns the-
capital M, lowercase c, capital C, lowercase HORD.
The coronary.
William McCord Hurt.
Okay.
Okay.
So back on the actual movie.
Instead of William Hurt's middle name. I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed the comedy. I enjoyed the heartfelt stuff. I enjoyed the action. I did like how the assistant had to like basically be the one that fucking pushed the button. Like I thought that was like, because there for a minute I thought that they were gonna kill.
I was hoping Val died.
I was kind of in the same boat. I was kind of hoping that she died.
I was thinking it would be funny if he threw her out the window and she crashed into another apartment at Seinfeld's apartment. But nobody said anything about it.
It was nice that
Kramer pops around the corner.
Whoa! I guess it's a, I don't know if you call it ironic, but it's kind of like the least threatening person in the entire movie is the one that killed the most powerful being in the movie. Like, because the assistant's the least powerful out of all of them, and Sentry couldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like, how is he ever going to get stopped? And then the lonely assistant that doesn't even know, that like even questioning her own existence is the one that pushes the button.
Just goes to show you as a citizen have all the power.
Yeah, just shows never quit on yourself because you could be that person.
And cause an even bigger issue.
Yeah, she did cause a bigger issue, but she didn't know that at the time.
I mean, you are correct.
He was about 5 seconds from just fucking turning black right in front of their face.
Yeah.
That is true too.
Yeah.
That is true too.
Yeah. So, but
I think, he was actually in the process of doing so.
Oh, yeah.
And it would have crept up on him if he had sat there and held her throat a little longer.
Yeah. I love Red Guardian through the thing. Like, him as the comic relief for the whole entire thing, I thought was very well done. You knew that something stupid was going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah, but also being some of the most sentimental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did have like
really important part.
Yeah, he definitely had like the big sentimental part of that scene with her on the street. I enjoy her. I'm glad. I'm hoping she gets more screen. I'm hoping she gets more screen time when they do like joint stuff, like when
she returns with the rest of them.
But yeah, new Avengers and Bob return.
Yeah, and Bob. I love the fact that Red Guardian just shit on him the whole time after, like the 14 months later. It's like, well, maybe if Sentry here who could fly, and he's like, I can't without being dark, but I did do the dishes.
Yeah. So, obviously, if you're this far, we've already spoiled the movie for you. So, the end credit scene. The Wheaties box was good.
My god,
the Wheaties box was good because he just wanted to be recognized as being on the Wheaties box.
Yeah,
but then the big reveal at the very end
is the new tracksuits that he wore for the team.
Well, and it seems like they're the first to know about.
It looks to me like, they are the first to know. I'm curious if they're in Avengers Tower.
Yes.
Where is Sam and his team?
Compound.
They're at the Avengers compound.
Yeah, they never...
That's always where Sam was anyways.
Oh, okay. So he's at the compound.
Because like even if you go back to Ant-Man, I think it's Ant-Man 1 where he breaks in, he breaks into the compound.
Yeah.
Yes. So... the entire point of that compound, which I think there may have been deleted scenes material or something otherwise, or scrap fucking script parts, but Tony Stark made that compound away from civilization so that if people come to him, it's no longer inside the middle of New York fucking city. And it's no longer in an area that could be a detriment to the economy kind of thing.
So in that
it was
extra
also
credit
used
scene,
as a place for like Vision and Wanda to be kind of not like
not
stored
from
away,
the-
but put away. From.
Yes, exactly.
So you're talking. So he's talking. They're obviously they want to be called New Avengers. He's putting the Avengers together, and we had talked about this earlier. But the Avengers that he's putting together has to be Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, Hulk, like
She-Hulk.
here's the
I don't think anybody from the TV shows are going to be.
That was what I was about to say.
I don't think anybody from the TV shows.
You don't
is
think
gonna
anyone's
be,
going to get an up boost?
I definitely don't think She-Hulk's
No.
going to.
Well, I
I
know you
definitely
had
don't
also,
think
or no, he had made the comment about Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, I don't think anybody from the TV shows is getting an upgrade. You do have Spider-Man, but they've said that Spider-Man's not going to be a part of... Well, no, everybody forgot who Spider-Man was. But he does
I
have...
forgot who Peter Parker was.
Doctor Strange is off.
yeah.
Thor's
Do the
off.
thing.
I'll tell you who he is.
But Thor maybe came back. But
he's a menace.
who?
That's
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, your friendly neighborhood.
Yeah.
He's a menace. He's a... You do have... like... There was somebody else that I was thinking of before you...
I'm ready to see
I don't...
non-split timeline Loki.
I know.
Like some shit. Like I want to see some of the variants of Loki pop back up. So
Namor.
bad.
I wonder if Namor and Black Panther are going to be part of his Avengers. We're not getting... We won't know... I don't think
Black
we'll know who
Panther's-
his Avengers are until we hit Doomsday.
Black
And the-
Panther's never been an Avenger. has
No.
He has.
The reason he was in the Civil War...
Yeah,
When
but
they
he
had
wasn't.
the two-
I don't. Yeah.
He wasn't. In the MCU, he's never been an Avenger. In the comics, he has.
Right.
Right.
But all of Sam's suit is made out of the stuff that the new Black Panther
Right. and
made.
They, have
like
a great
they made his
repertoire.
suit. So
But one would say that wouldn't they just be like, all right, Bucky, you come over here, and Bucky leaving the new Avengers essentially marks them being full on the Thunderbolts.
well, but in Brave New World, Bucky told Sam, "Hey, this is what I'm doing now. I'm not doing any of that other shit. I'm a senator now. I'm gonna do this." And he was kind of forced into the new Avengers
Yeah.
by Valentino. So it was like, I don't know that he had a choice. It was just kind of like, hey, you're the face of this now. What the fuck do you mean I'm the face of it now? But like, you do have Namor and Black Panther, and because they were on the Doomsday list with Thor and
Namor's on that list too.
Yeah, he said that.
and then Captain Marvel was not. Shang-Chi was.
Yeah, Brie Larson is not.
Hulk is not on that list.
No. I don't know how much we'll see of Mark Ruffalo again, because I know there's been a lot of rumors online of them just kind of softly pulling him out of the MCU, whether it was a contract dispute, whether it was Mark Ruffalo wanting to step away, Disney not wanting to deal.
Not sign on, not be Chris Hemsworth and sign on for 12 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of... Because I know he technically wasn't... I don't know. His contract was in a weird state when he was in the She-Hulk feature. Or cameo that he was in the beginning and the end of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So people think it's going to just kind of stay in that limbo stage where he might show up here, he might show up there, but he's never going to really be a part of anything again.
That's fair.
His son may take that spot.
Yeah, I don't think that happens either.
I don't either.
I don't think
I
that
really
that
hope
happens
it doesn't.
either. I don't think that Daredevil comes up. I don't think that Hawkeye comes back. I don't think that Kate Bishop's in it. I don't think that I could be. Kate Bishop, I think, has a better chance of being in it than Hawkeye.
See, the thing is we get into this realm of that's Young Avengers territory.
That's what I
If
brought
they
up
decide
earlier.
to do that,
Yeah.
I actually think that since they're doing a Ironheart TV show, Lionheart Chris Jericho, that's where I got confused. Ironheart
Same
TV show kind of is. They I think Kate Bishop goes there. I wouldn't be shocked if they build Young Avengers on TV and then just do like a miniseries. Like instead of
I could see Young Avengers tying in along the lines of more Daredevil type people because Miles Morales is a part of that.
And they're already. I was just saying if they wanted to, they almost have their comic accurate Young Avengers with Kate Bishop, Ironheart, Wicket, Speed, and I don't remember who the fifth was.
Yeah, I mean, if you leave that all on TV, then you.
Yeah, but when's the Vision thing?
That's what I mean. Vision Quest isn't.
Oh my god! You reminded me of all my questions from Agatha.
Yeah, Vision like doesn't happen for another year.
2026.
Yeah, for another year.
We don't even know Speed yet.
But Speed and Wiccan don't hit until that. And if they do, Ironheart and Kate Bishop shows up, then
Ironheart's next month.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that they all stay on TV. I think they all stay on TV. I don't think any of them come to the movies. I could be wrong, but I think that's too many people at that point.
I was bitching to Kyla about it. I already think Doomsday is too many people because we already know that the cast that they gave us is not the full fucking cast.
It's not.
Yeah, right.
Which is a guaranteed. I'm not complaining about that. We know it's not the full cast. I already felt like by the end of that fucking release or their big reveal, I was like, this is going to be too much. There's not going to be any fleshing out of anything in any of this.
It is going to be...
It's going to be Endgame all over again, where it's mainly just action-packed shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
not that I'm upset by that, but I feel like they're throwing a lot of money at this movie and building a lot of hype for something that's not really going to flesh out too much, besides introduce Doom and maybe introduce... or start us on the road for Secret Wars.
It could be.
Or not Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, but I think the big thing coming out of Doomsday and Secret Wars, you're going to start seeing, I don't think fractures may be the right word, but I think you're going to start seeing, like, these people, Thor, Ant-Man, even Yelena, Red Guardian, Bucky, Sam Wilson. I think they're gonna start. I don't know if they'll get phased out totally, but I think they'll get pushed to the back line because after Secret Wars, it's the mutant saga. So I mean, you're gonna get I think they get starting to push back into the background, and Fantastic Four and X-Men start to take over. I think that's why Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and Channing Tatum and all them are in Doomsday.
Which makes sense as a good transition point.
But what about Logan?
I do think that Hugh Jackman shows up, and I think Ryan Reynolds shows up, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's not until Secret Wars.
Ryan Reynolds has been in some interviews where he's like, I really don't want to put Deadpool in one of those movies yet because that's basically the end run of Deadpool is him getting to be in the Avengers conflict in an MCU movie.
Yeah.
That's not his own movie. He's
he kind of loses control.
He's like, I'm not done with the character yet, kind of.
Yeah, he definitely loses control. But I don't know that you can bring Logan in without him. You can't bring in Wolverine without him.
I also don't know how much Ryan Reynolds can put his foot down because we do know with the last movie, it is half of what he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Because he wanted the whole movie to be about basically movies being stuck in production hell. Because that was his whole experience with Deadpool till it finally got taken off. And that's why things like Gambit got thrown in there. And Blade. And Elektra. And because that was the whole purpose of it. That's why the whole ending bit looks like it's on the backside of a movie set.
Right.
And he lost all of that because they said no. Yeah. Disney said no, we're stepping in, we wanted this. He didn't even want to put the TVA in the movie. So I think he's already losing that battle. I think he's going to get thrown in there.
I was happy the TVA was in it.
I was happy
they were in it. But I know he specifically has stated he did not, because like you said, he doesn't want to get mixed in with all of that right now. And I think they're going to force his hand.
I think he's got to. I don't think he can keep Deadpool away from it.
I mean, if anything shows us Deadpool, the character is you can't keep Deadpool away from fucking anything.
Right. That's
That
what I
is
mean.
the-
Like, I don't
like,
think you can keep him
Pop
away from
culture
anything.
pushed that out of his hands a long time ago.
Like, yeah, like, I would love for a Deadpool Red Guardian team up movie. That would be great. Just cheesy jokes for 2 hours. Like, I mean,
I
feel
mean,
like
it'd be fucking hilarious, but I don't know if that's what I need.
yeah.
There's
I mean,
nobody that just pals around with him and gets along with him, though.
who? Deadpool?
Jeff.
Well, Jeff,
Oh, yeah.
Jeff loves everybody that loves him.
There's a
I was
new
gonna say
Jeff.
he was Jeff's pet.
There's a new Jeff he was Jeff's pet?
Yeah.
Deadpool?
Jeff
was
Or,
his
yeah,
Jeff's pet?
my bad. I did that backwards.
Okay. All right.
Jeff was
yeah.
Deadpool's pet.
Yeah. There's a new Jeff
I
comic.
mean, you could honestly, you could probably argue either way.
There's a new Jeff comic coming out. Like, I think it's on my order list for this week. It's one of the covers has Jeff chewing on the Infinity Gauntlet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was great. So anyway, so the end scene where with the whole Avengers Z and the thing, but
Oh yeah, we never.
the big thing was at the end of the movie, an extra dimensional spacecraft comes through and lands in the universe, and it spins around, and it's got a Fantastic Four symbol on it. So, thoughts?
I thought when they first said extraterrestrial that it
I
was
mean,
going
that
to be
was
Silver
stupid.
Surfer just fucking plowing towards the planet. Like, I thought for sure we were just going to see her all sleeked out on a fucking surfer.
So this is what I didn't bring up out there. So I have a couple of thoughts on what the ship represents and what it is. So
It's very phallical.
I think that I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if there's no spoiler to it at all. It's the Fantastic Four, and they're here because their world is exploding and they're saving themselves. It could just plain simple be that, and everybody can go ape shit about how it's wrong or whatever, but it just could be that. It also could be Herbie and Franklin, and Reed sent them to escape whatever's happening in that, so that he knew that they were.
Have they showed or confirmed anything about Franklin?
No.
Yes, they confirmed her pregnancy.
They confirmed her pregnancy.
They confirmed that by the end of the movie she has a baby.
But what if it's Nathaniel?
I'm right here.
Isn't?
No, because Nathaniel doesn't line up with that. Because he's in the year like 3000 or some shit.
That version, they're from another place.
That is, I mean, yes.
And
you
I'm
are
like,
correct.
what if their Nathaniel Richards is, normal, like not the weird king we got that's like out of fucking time somewhere that makes no fucking sense. Like Nathaniel Richards, Iron Lad, instead of bad Nathaniel Richards,
That is
we
true.
get Iron Lad. What if it's fucking? We'll find out when they give us the baby's name, but
Right. Isn't it weird that Nathaniel Richards is the future version, like the descendant in the future, and then the other future person that always is at the forefront of all the comic books is Cable, and his name's also Nathan Summers. He's the child of the future child of Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Scott.
Is it really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think it's actually an illegitimacy because Cable doesn't have Scott's powers, really, does he? It's all
No.
cybernetic implants after they tried to fucking turn him into a cyborg.
Yeah.
But Cable's senses of attracting Hunter would be more implicatory towards a Howlett bloodline, maybe?
Yeah.
It's the talk nobody wants to have. Cable's actually fucking Wolverine's baby.
But I thought of this as we were all discussing, because I still think that there's a good possibility that it's Herbie and the baby. No Fantastic Four. But what if it's, what if it is the Fantastic Four, but what we don't know is that it's like Silver Surfer sent them, like, just like zapped them away.
Well, that's kind of the shit I'm wondering.
Like, what if Silver Surfer like, because I would say that Silver Surfer has the power to probably do something like that. Like,
I almost feel as though it may be a more of an escape plan. Like, they thought they were going somewhere else, got sent to our shit, right? While holding the secret to defeat Dr. Doom. When they get here, they're like, your Iron Man's a scary looking motherfucker. And next thing you know, here he comes popping into this world trying to chase him down.
or best yet is that because I thought they said it at the beginning, and I could be totally wrong. You've got the computer in front of you. Didn't they say that Downey was not playing?
Yeah,
Tony Stark.
I can guarantee that.
Well,
They
yes,
specifically said he is not a variant of Iron Man. He's not
So
a variant of Tony Stark.
The only way for
That sentence legally states he's not a variant, he's not a this, but that doesn't say he can't play our Tony Stark again for the movie.
correct, but
So
what
he could play both roles.
But what it could happen is that it also that brings into play that it's Herbie by himself
Yeah.
coming to get help because Victor Von Doom or something is destroying their universe, and Herbie was sent by Reed to find heroes on a different planet, the Avengers and the New
Well, it's
Avengers,
not a different planet, it's a different
or
dimension.
different universe. Get on the plane. They go back to the same coordinates or whatever because Herbie has it all, and then they're actually fighting Doom in their universe.
Like, still they're in the middle of it.
Right. The whole entire Doomsday doesn't even happen on our universe. It happens in theirs.
I don't think they could do that.
Yeah, that's way too unlikely just because of the fact of how many of unless
like
half of our cast that they've revealed that are on our universe are not our cast from our universe.
Half of them aren't going to be, though.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be either.
But Avengers, so say,
because I'm going just based on that ship and based on the looks of it, there is no way you're fitting fucking that many motherfuckers inside of that son of a bitch.
you got the 5 that are on the thing and Bob. You got U.S. Agent, Ghost, Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Bob. You got Shang-Chi, Namor, Black Panther, Ant-Man. Thor could probably go by himself.
He can't travel interdimensionally.
You don't think so?
No.
Maybe.
The only way he could get to
the
whole way he got to Midgard was from fucking what's his name? Yeah, the Bifrost.
What
They
if,
can't even
but
get to Midgard without the Bifrost or Heimdall tradition.
That's his
And-
name, Heimdall.
but what if all of that whole back half of that cast, the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, are part of the other universe? So they're going to their universe. So like 3/4 of that cast
Well, here's what I think.
is already in that
I
universe.
think that other universe is fucking destroyed.
I think
They are
it's
coming
true,
here
too.
to escape with the fucking
I was gonna
plan.
say, because you gotta remember, Galactus is the pivotal thing of that movie, and if he's hit Earth, he's probably destroyed half the other fucking universes.
Well,
Or
no,
half the rest
I
of the
don't
universe.
think their universe is dead because of Galactus. I think they're gonna fucking kill Galactus in their movie, and Doctor Doom's gonna cause some fucking crazy shit from it. They have to escape their fucking universe being destroyed because they can't. There's nobody else to help them. They're the only ones. 4 fucking people. So they fail. They get sent to ours, knowing all these fucking people are now dimension or fucking universe hopping. Because that's what Doctor Doom ends up doing. The biggest and most baddest Doctor Doom hops universes.
You got Emperor Doom basically stands out. You could almost say he stood outside of time, picking everything.
Exactly. So that's what I think we've got going. Is they get out, they go to
Oh, we know he's going to God Emperor Doom.
But I bet you everybody important is on that spaceship, that it's not just like part of the people. It's probably everybody important in that universe.
And that's why it irritated, because I'm of agreement. I think it's all of the Fantastic Four. I know you're saying everyone that's of importance. I'm just saying Fantastic Four.
Like your fucking sidekick
right
people, couple doctors, or some shit like that, like they're one guy in the chair, like.
But that's why I was so irritated at the end credit scene, is because I full-heartedly believe that they are, by the end of their movie, or whether, like you said at the theater, whether it happens at the beginning of the movie and the whole movie's just a flashback, Fantastic Four-wise, of the events of why they're leaving.
Yeah.
To me, them showing us this end credit scene did nothing but fuck up Fantastic Four and tell us by the end of it, whether it's the Fantastic Four, Herbie, Franklin,
well, this is the end of the multiverse saga. The Doomsday is the culmination of the multiverse saga, right?
Right.
It's the very end point, which means he's the last multiversal threat we should see.
Yes, because
which
this
means
is the end of Phase 5.
It's another
Going to Phase
humongous
6.
collapse of who's controlling the fucking multiverse. So, is it a regression to a sacred timeline? Do you think...
So, Doomsday is not the final point. Secret Wars is.
Correct.
Secret Wars.
Because it is after Doomsday.
Yes.
But it is, which still leads to your theory that this, if they defeat, whatever they do to defeat God Emperor Doom could just reset their timeline or fucking put them in a new timeline as a sacred timeline.
They are not defeating Doom in Doom.
No, not in Doomsday. It'll be Secret Wars.
Secret War.
Because they're gonna do. This is basically like their last saga. The ending of their last saga was a 2-parter: Infinity War, Endgame. The ending part of this saga, Doomsday, Secret Wars.
Right. And Secret Wars is going to be. Doom creates, if they follow Battle World, Doom creates a planet, and he basically takes all of the people from multiverses that are the same and throws them on this planet.
What if that's why they leave their universe, because their planet is Battle World now?
But
you look at the level of their technology, and it seems to be advanced but dated, which means on their timeline, people were smarter earlier than
their
ours.
Their technology seems advanced, but their aesthetic seems dated.
Well, and that's basically those highly intelligent people in such a dated time means they were able to gain control of everything so much faster because there's not that concentration of highly intelligent people on the planet. So it's like, they just got a leg up with money earlier than some of the other kind of timelines would have. Yeah. So I think there was no one to stand up to Doom, and that's probably where your Emperor Doom came from and originated. It's the Doom who could get the money the quickest and get control the quickest, and then from there he just flourished.
Yeah, and I still think that Loki is going to play an important part in all of this too.
Motherfucking better.
I think that his timeline, because he's on the list too, but I think he's going to play a big part in these 2 movies also, being, Tree of Life. So
I am curious if it is that Loki, because I don't know. How does he leave that tree? Like,
I don't think he leaves it. I think that at some point, and it's not Galactus, it's gonna have to be Doom. I think at some point Doom realizes that he can only get so far without controlling Loki. And then he's got to go after Loki. And that could be where you get Deadpool and Wolverine, because the TVA is like, holy fuck, who's this Doom guy?
Who the fuck
and
did we send?
Yeah.
The best there is, buddy!
Yeah, and you gotta send, let's fucking go.
You gotta send the best there is.
and that's also eventually where we're gonna get
Chris Hemsworth's last movie.
the Thor and Deadpool crying.
Goddamn.
And that's probably where you get Channing Tatum. You know,
it's probably where you get the best movies we're gonna get ever.
Yeah. And maybe,
what if Doom gets put in the void? That's why we get Channing Tatum and all of...
What if he's trapped with the evil... Like, what if the evil Doctor Strange from the Incursion fucking universe gets thrown in the mix, and it's like the What If episodes? I think we need to look at those What If episodes.
The only ones that I could see that have TV shows that I could see transitioning back to the movies are the ones that had movies already, which would be Wanda and Vision. I still think Wanda's going to play some sort of role in all of this.
The evil Doctor Strange is the one who imprisons Ultron when Ultron gets the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even though he's evil, he is the one that actually holds the entire fucking universe together from that moment on.
Yeah.
Because he has to stay imprisoned with Ultron and the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. So, yeah, I still think we get Wanda and Vision at some point.
Supposedly there is still a Wanda movie that is in the works with some kind of release aiming for some point of 2026.
And
with her being our Nexus being, I feel like she plays a pivotal role in defeating God Emperor Doom. If that's the route we're
Because does Doctor Doom mess with magic at all? In the comics at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With, how is it because of his mother is like a witch or something?
I know nothing about that part.
No, I think he learns the dark arts somehow. I think that it's like I think in the comics, and I could be totally wrong, that Victor Von Doom's got some sort of like, he can't gain enough power. So once he's gained all the technology that he thinks he can gain, he starts to it's like, I'm gonna learn the dark arts, I'm gonna learn this, I'm gonna learn that, and it's just like he just slowly starts to take everything over.
So Nate was correct. He initially received his magical knowledge and abilities from his mother, but he later expanded his mystical, because he never got practice in it. He later expanded his mystical expertise by studying with Doctor Strange and traveling through time, learning lost dark arts from figures like Morgan Le Fay and the Hazareth 3.
Okay.
Because I think there's a graphic novel that they're both in together, and they talked about it.
Who?
Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom. It's a graphic novel.
Okay.
I think it's it's like, who is the, God damn it.
Grad school.
Grad school.
It's just grad school, the two doctors.
It's like...
studying together.
But didn't Doom originally go to school with Reed Richards?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point. That was how
you gotta remember that as he got more powerful, he learned how to travel through time, such as Strange did.
Okay.
And like specifically, when he was learning the lost dark arts, he was traveling through time after studying with Strange.
Oh, okay. All right.
Probably traveling along right behind him.
Which to me almost sounds like he learned how to use the time stone without the time stone. Because Strange never really loses the time stone in the comic books. Yeah, so if he's able to travel through time just with the mystic arts, he's basically learned how to tap the power of the Mind Stone. Or not Mind Stone, Time Stone.
Yeah.
Which makes him even more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme.
We know the Sorcerer Supreme is just a title.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
I'm just-
Because Wong has it in the MCU.
That's where
Yeah.
What if doing all the dark art stuff, Wanda has figured that out?
She read the whole thing. She is the whole thing.
Yeah,
She's
she is
like,
the whole thing.
Oh, I get it now. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna just go hang out in hell for a little bit.
I wonder if
everybody fucks around.
That's why Doom has to find Loki, because that's the way he travels through timelines.
That might be how they do it in the MCU.
That might be how they do it. He's got to find, like, he's figured out everything except how.
Maybe
to
a
time
TVA
travel.
agent comes after him, he kills him, takes the pad, and is like, what the fuck is this? Gets to the TVA.
Either that or he's just been fighting to try to get
Or
there
that.
this whole time. And he's like, that little fucking bastard, I told him to run this fucking universe in a big circle. And he had to go get himself killed. And he's like, it was just like,
Kane was Doom's minion.
yeah, the underneath. And
Yeah.
now Dr. Doom's like, I gotta fucking get there the hard way because all the shit's fucking broken.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some guy sitting on a tree. I don't fucking know.
I would love that.
Huh. I don't mind that they showed it. I don't mind that that's what they gave us at the end of Thunderbolts because, and this is why,
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Sorry.
because I think that people have gotten stagnant with after credit scenes because they really don't. What was the point in that? Really didn't do anything for us. But I think it definitely, like, Thunderbolts was a good movie. I don't know that it furthered the MCU plot any, but that definitely A does and B puts them in the middle of it.
I think it had to give us a good reason to believe that they would be together. It's more so like another movie is that much better because we know why they like each other,
And it also
they don't have
gives
to fucking
us,
tell us about it in another movie.
if it's true what you had read, that they just filmed it 3 weeks ago on the set of Doomsday.
Yeah, that is a spoiler. Not spoiler, a article I read was that, and then I saw leaked pictures from that post-credit scene, and it looks like it was filmed on the Doomsday set.
So if it was filmed on the Doomsday set and it was done 3 weeks ago and they just decided right before to go ahead and put it in, then their thinking has to be, we want people for the next 2 months to debate on who's on that ship and what
Okay, check it.
what
What if
it's
it's
actually
just
doing there.
What if it's just a direct scene from the movie?
So that
I
that
think it's
is-
a direct scene from Doomsday.
Yeah.
that is
Because they did it before.
Well,
Yes, this is what all of the internet is going insane about, is that they did it before with Ant-Man in Civil War. They put an end scene with Ant-Man at the end of the Ant-Man movie that directly related and put Ant-Man into the middle of Civil War.
right.
A lot of people think also because the way it's shot, the aspect ratio and visually the editing and the coloration of it just looks very different from all of Thunderbolts. So most people are thinking it is an extended scene from Doomsday.
Which which means that it's possible that is not, if that's not a scene in Fantastic Four, then
That's
they
the
don't.
opening. That is the I bet you that's the motherfucking opening.
You think?
That's the opening to it. They get there, and then we go into flashback season. And
I think
I'm
it's
telling
gonna
you,
be
it's
a
gonna be a
flashback.
flashback move. Yeah.
It's going to be a flashback movie. I'm just hoping it's not right from the get-go. But we do know it's a flashback movie. We can tell that just from the fucking trailer. Just of how much Pedro Pascal is speaking of things in the past, specifically to Sue Storm, and the different ways, in my opinion, that they edit it. I can guarantee you, I will put money on it. There are so many flashbacks in that fucking movie. Whether it's all one big flashback or it's just, here's a scene and then a flashback to correlate. Here's a scene and a flash. Yeah.
We'll get like a half hour on one timeline and a half hour on another timeline, all both in different universes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great movie just from the trailers, but I think it's going to be a fucking mess timeline wise. Like trying to if you're not paying attention,
I don't know because
it depends on how much they differentiate the different timelines. If people look identical, if you're not paying attention, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
I'm trying to think of a good movie where they've nailed that flashback kind of pattern from where it worked and it worked well to know what was going on at the end.
Where they bounce back and forth?
Seven. Oh no, I'm thinking it's a
Seven.
horror movie. Or well, yeah, they didn't really have too many flashbacks, and except to the very ending.
Yeah.
That was like the going through all the flashbacks at the ending. Or do you think that'll be flashbacks steady?
Usual Suspects did that.
I think it's going to be throughout the whole thing. It's going to be flashback
fucking
after.
Agatha just did that.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, it's Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
They literally made her.
Yeah, I mean, they literally like, hey, we did Usual Suspects. Yeah. I mean, I could see where they could bounce back and forth. I could see where it'd be one big long one. I mean, they could totally just throw us a complete curveball, and it's not. But I mean,
I'm hoping my hope is at the end is where that shit takes off. Whether it's all of them, Frank, whoever the fuck is on that ship, I don't want to find out till the end or until Doomsday.
I kind of want it to be the first thing they tell me. That way, I'm not sitting through the whole movie being like, okay, when's this happen?
I mean, that does make sense. I can see that.
And hope not being the, like, because you will sit there and be like, I hope it's not this. I hope that's still at the end, because that's where you would prefer it. So then you're going to spend the whole movie, like, and then halfway through the movie, they're going to be like, here it is. And you're like, God damn it. And then, boom, changes your whole feelings, kind of.
I mean,
I think just for us to receive the movie well, it would have to be at the front. Answer our question, get it out of the fucking way, because as soon as you answer that question, we're like, okay, now what? And then we're ready to figure out what's
my only worry with that, and not that to me it matters because I'll enjoy it still,
right.
But I can already hear the internet if that's the case, where everyone's going to say, so I need to watch the first 15 minutes, and then if I don't care about their backstory, I don't have to give a fuck about the rest of this movie.
I don't think that's necessarily... You're acting like this is the end result. This is going to be all the answers.
Well, I'm saying if they give us the answer and then the whole rest of the movie is a flashback of how we got to this point, and unless you want to care about all of the back part, if you're only caring about the whole of a story of the MCU, all right, the Fantastic Four is now here, you don't have to care about their backstory. You could just watch that 15 minutes.
A movie is always based on the how.
True.
And the why. So if they tell you the what at the very beginning, you only have a third of the story.
Yeah.
You're still going to need the other 2/3 of the story.
No.
You're never going to just be disinterested automatically. And if you are, then movies are not your thing.
Yeah, that's what I was...
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
My standpoint is thinking of it because I think of, like, my brother-in-law, for example. He's gotten to a point, he used to be big into the MCU.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten to the point where he's like, I don't like a lot of these newer movies coming out. I'm only watching the ones I care about. And Fantastic Four happens to be one of those. But he is someone that, like, I'm trying to think of an example. So he didn't watch Brave New World or The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because his example was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Basically anything you need to know from that, they just told you right in Brave New World. And then with Brave New World... If you didn't watch that, they just straight up told you right at the beginning of Thunderbolts, hey, Bucky's a senator, here's what happened with him in this. You don't really have to watch this. So they're getting to a point where you don't have to watch every movie, so people are only caring about the grand story of the whole saga. That's my thing, is for those people, they're going to look at that movie as, well, I only have to care about the first 15 minutes.
That's on them.
I don't disagree with you. That's why I was trying to preface all this, where I'm still going to watch the movie. I still want to care about the movie. But I think the internet's going to fucking eat it alive if that happens.
I think the percentage of people...
They're going to eat it alive priority.
They're going to eat it alive regardless because they don't have lives.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but I think the percentage of people that feel that way is less than the internet makes you believe.
Yeah.
I also believe that it's people like, the first 15 minutes gives me the answer to this, Like, if I walk in there and I go, I'm a fan, man, I really want to see the Fantastic Four movie because I love the Fantastic Four. Even if they answer my question in the first 15 minutes, I should still want to stay
We're talking
and
about
watch
two
the
different people.
Fantastic
Though.
Four.
You're talking about a Fantastic Four fan. I'm talking about somebody who is just caring about the MCU story.
Right.
Doesn't care about the individual Fantastic
I get that,
Four.
but to add to his is, well, maybe not really add, just another chunk of this conversation, but the person who's going to watch that 15 minutes and be done and say that's all I need are also going to be the person in denial and try to argue the entire rest of the movie with you without ever having watched it. They're going to be like, I read this, I seen this review, I seen this breakdown, I seen all this, and I'm like, you didn't watch the entire fucking movie uninterrupted to know the difference of what the fuck is important or not.
Right.
And it's like...
Correct.
And then you're talking about the people who watch this chunk and that chunk, and it's like, that means you need to watch the entire movie if you pick a movie, so you don't have to watch. If you're not going to watch another one that's going to provide the same information, you still have to watch one of them to get some of it.
And I don't disagree. And the only reason I brought up the whole internet eating it alive is because my always worry when it comes to the internet becoming the fucking shithole firestorm that it is my big example is The Acolyte. Overall, The Acolyte was a fantastic TV show. If you talk to an individual human being, at minimum, they thought it was good.
They can say the things they like about it.
Yeah. Like, overall, people don't have the sentiment that the internet did, but the internet was so ungodly hateful and so unforgiving with that TV show, they canceled everything. Yeah. They canceled all of the rest of it. And my big worry is that if something happens with the Fantastic Four and the internet eats it alive, is they alter stuff in Doomsday, or they alter stuff here, and we don't get what we were supposed to get. That's the only reason I brought it up. I don't personally care. If it's a one big flashback movie, I'll love it.
Sometimes it's the actor's responses to negativity that fucks things because that whole situation was not ruined because the fans didn't like it. That whole situation was because of the mouthy fucking staff they had on it.
I don't disagree with you there.
It was the clapbacks. It was the firings. It was the toting as we did this on purpose to ruin your shit. And it's like, okay, so you ruined our shit. It's shit. You ruined it. We're taking the toys from you now because you couldn't play nice.
And I know my Acolyte's not the best example, but it was... Right. I don't disagree with... You are correct with the fact that...
They wouldn't have insulted the fan base in such an egregious fucking bullshit goddamn way to insult everyone's intellectual, reasoning, then I don't think there would have been a problem. And if they're like, hey, we just tried to write something a little different pace for you. And, if they would have just been cordial and polite. No, what the fucking ugly-ass bitch director does is completely makes fun of us.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Kathleen Kennedy supported all of it. I mean, you just came from fucking Weinstein's fucking desk, bitch. That's whole bit fucking bothers me to this day because she even got a job in the fucking industry.
Right.
But we, I don't know. I don't think it should have been. I don't think some of the actors and the people involved should have had their fucking day jobs shat on. Because their bosses ran their mouths.
I also think that at this point, Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers are the last three people that are ever going to listen to the fucking twats on the internet.
I don't disagree with you. And
the only reason that they got rid of Kang wasn't the internet, it was legal issues.
That was legal issues.
Legal issues.
And my only, I won't say argument, but point to your other statement would be Shang-Chi. Now, I enjoyed the movie as much as I think that they shouldn't have brought Shang-Chi into the MCU, but I enjoyed the movie. But that was not a Kevin Feige decision. That wasn't even the director's decision. That was Kevin Feige's higher-up saying, you have to make this. Because he has openly stated in interviews he never wanted to make that movie. He did not want it to be a thing. His higher-ups demanded it.
Right, but that's not the internet.
No.
But so I don't think that,
But what I'm saying is the the internet still can't influence other things. I do agree the Russo brothers and Kevin Feige are great solid rocks that can hold their ground and kind of deflect that, but your shields can only last for so long.
Yeah, and you're not wrong, but I think that if one person is not going to be like, oh man, fucking so-and-so hurt my feelings because I wrote this. Like, I don't think Feige reads the Reddits. And I don't think he reads all these people. And all these people that, like...
Someone does and gives him a rundown.
It's
or something.
Probably. That has to be a thing.
Probably.
He probably goes, what's the general sentiment? And they'll go, well, overall we're hearing this, and we're hearing this.
Well,
and they'll go,
we're fucked, bro.
But,
I cancel Acolyte.
I think the only things he cares about are the reviews from the reputable websites and the newspapers and the people that do the awards, and I think that's all he really
like Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. Like, you know, if Billy Bob is gonna write on Reddit that he really didn't care for it, I don't think Kevin Feige gives a fuck.
And I don't disagree with you.
I just don't think he gives a fuck.
I don't think anybody takes
and it's amazing to me how you said it earlier, how it fits in the MCU, you're not sure, but it was a great movie. It floors me that people go and watch these things and can't just give it its flowers for being a solidly told story. Okay, so it didn't do exactly what you wanted it to do in your poor little lonely soul, but it did everything it needed to do to get from point A to point B.
I was going to say, my thing is Thunderbolts, even if you took the MCU bit out of it, like, yeah, it is an MCU movie, but if you didn't frame it in the MCU frame, that overall story is just a fantastic story that could be told on its own. If it wasn't MCU characters, make it generic superhero A, B, C, D, and E, and it would be fucking fantastic no matter what.
I think their thought is we're going to mention a little bit of the past with Sam Wilson and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to mention a little bit of the Fantastic Four, the future, blah, 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 to kind of tie it in with the MCU. But other than that, this is just a story of how these 6 fucked up souls all fucking got together and decided
that was like,
we want to be good now.
That was like 2 days' time.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's just like...
It was 2 days.
Yeah, it was.
Like 2 days worth of time.
And it's like, if you just can't sit back and give it the appreciation that it deserves for being that, or being 2 hours worth of entertainment, then just quit going to fucking movies.
Yeah.
Just stop. Like, give me a fucking break.
It had one of the most horrific moments I've ever seen in a Marvel fucking
The
movie.
fucking little girl?
Jesus.
Jesus fucking
I don't know, you guys were sitting behind me. I don't know if you guys saw me. I'm like, oh, this is cute, whatever, and then she poofs, and I, like, got out of my seat and was like, are you fucking serious?
I was sitting, I'm sure Nate heard me because I leaned forward and went,
I know.
Jesus Christ!
I was the same way. Amy was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I was like,
I was halfway out of my seat, like, they did not just do that to me.
It's like, my friends are going to see me cry.
It truly was like...
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you had to use the bathroom. I saw, because when I see it, it's like, oh, he has to use the bathroom. I was like, okay. I thought you kept it.
I was like, man, when she
And it was just like...
It was a jump scare without being a jump scare. It was...
fucking
It was, but if you... Like I said, if you just can't... I mean, it had your comic relief, it had your straight guy, it had your emotional people, and by straight I don't mean straight or gay. I mean, it like had your, like, I'm not gonna act
Stone face.
Yeah. It had action, it had a storyline, it had a plot. It weaved kind of in and out. It continued a long-running MCU storyline. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they're running out of ideas.
It stayed on topic.
But it stayed on topic. There you go.
I will also say, we're talking about the girl getting shadowed. having to watch and listen to the little girl get shot in the face repeatedly in the woods was, oh my god, psychological torture. Because it's like, alright, we saw it the first time, and then like 45 minutes later, it's like, we're gonna do this 7 more times in a row.
But you are living
The trauma.
Yelena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma. Oh, yeah.
But the thing is that was still less horrific than the Shadow Girl.
It was still horrific. Oh, it's way less horrific
but
than the Shadow Girl.
We know where this is going.
Yeah.
We know where this
Yeah, I was
It's
like waiting for him
Russia.
to pick her up and go,
Yeah.
yay! And then she, and I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah, no, and it's a shame because I know that those internet people are out there, and I'm sure I'll get them in the store that'll be like, hey, what'd you think of the movie? And it'd be like, I thought it was good, and then they'll be like, I didn't like this and I didn't like that. And it won't have anything to do with the movie. It'll have everything to do with, like, I thought her haircut was stupid, or like, it didn't give me this, like, I wanted this, I wanted that. It's like, to take a book out of John Cena, you want this, I'm not giving you any more of it, like, forget it. Like, you're not getting, like,
He John
all
Cena this.
all you want is,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah, you want, I'm not giving it any of it.
It's like, I'm done.
It's just, that's what it's come to. And I get it. We're 28 movies in or whatever.
Oh, we're farther than that.
But it's
30?
it's
Almost 30?
like, I don't know. I just hate those people that are just,
36. Okay, about
I just hate those people that are like, I didn't like it because it didn't do this. It's like, oh, poor baby. Like,
checked
I
all the
don't-
boxes, man.
I don't disagree. No, I'm gonna say something that I didn't like, but it does have to do with the movie.
okay.
Not to be one of those people. I am a little salty that as far as we got to see, Val just still doesn't get arrested, doesn't get impeached, nothing happened. Like, in my opinion, Yelena should have walked up having overcome all of her trauma and all of her issues and now believing in herself, walked up there and been like, no, she didn't form our team. She made the mess. Or even Bucky, as the senator congressman.
Yeah.
Get the fuck on that fucking podium and go, no, she created this mess. And instead they all stood there and went, I guess we're now the new Avengers, guys.
I think I know why. Is Bucky, for one, is definitely smart enough, and Yelena confirmed it for us, that she is going to absolutely use her. They are going to use... If they would have had her arrested, no funding, no programs getting approved, no fucking actual mission.
Avengers Tower doesn't get rebuilt. They don't get their other stuff.
That is true.
She's literally a slave to the new Avengers, and she knows that any goddamn one of them will snap her neck. And at this point, I don't think she's going to have any constituents just blindly follow her. Now that they're like, now they're going to follow us. They're going to listen to us. And tell you what to do.
I didn't
My
like
thing
that
is
she
though-
didn't get hers. Like, she didn't get what I thought she had coming to her. But I did... they kind of halfway redeemed themselves by her leaning in and going, we own you now.
I think
And I
there's
get
a missed
that, but,
opportunity for Sentry to go
Yeah!
in the same spot as Loki.
Especially after she makes the reference of all the bloodshed that's been spilled right here.
Right.
But I don't disagree, and I know I'm going to say this using real world thoughts into movie premises, but blackmail only goes so far. Because you only can get to a point where now you're just essentially either harboring a fugitive or you're an asset by assistance. Like, no matter what, if they go too far with it and then one day Val decides to start pushing the envelope and they're like, you know what, we're going to blow your cover, we're gonna reveal the blackmail. And it's like, all right.
And that's how Matt Murdock becomes an Avenger.
You know what, we just found the new movie. You're right, I'll shut my mouth.
I think that it only goes so far, and that's why they are not legitimately the Avengers. Like, I think Val can only get them so far.
And that makes sense.
And, but Val can't turn on them at any point, or be like, Yelena is an ex-Black Widow that did this, this, and this. It's like, you cannot...
So was the other one.
Yeah.
It's like, she did great.
Yeah, she can't...
It is literally her sister
It's
and her dad.
It's almost as much of not her getting stuff done for them as it is her, like, not, like, her pushing them in the media and in Congress to being the faces that they all want to be at this point. So I think it's just as much that without her, like, being like, no, they're bad guys. Like, they're now good guys. So...
Right. Which makes sense.
And
I'm going to be nitpicky, which turns her job as CIA person into now just somehow PR.
Yeah, correct. I
Yeah.
mean, that's basically what it is. What it is. But they... it's interesting that it's 14 months later because my other question that I had coming out of it, and it may not matter and we may not know, who's president?
That is a good question. Why didn't they pick 1 year later and it's Loki? Loki for president.
Loki for president.
Loki.
Yeah, I mean, we're a year later from what? From Black Widow?
We are... Hold on. Let me see.
Because it says 1 year later, right? But from what?
My problem is right now I'm watching Andor and they didn't put 14 BBY.
Yeah, so obviously this is after Captain America, or Brave New World. It's obviously after Brave New World.
Yes.
But, like, how far are we removed from...
What is this horrible timeline?
That's what we need. We need year dates that's EG.
But how far away from Brave New World are we?
EG after Endgame.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what-
how far away from Brave New World are we? Are we... Because then we jump 14 months. So are we a year... So now is Fantastic Four when they flash into our universe, or that ship does. I shouldn't say they. The ship does. Are we a year and a half? Or almost 2 years? 14 months? And it's weird that they used 14 months instead of a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
So are we 2 years and 2 months removed from...
a year?
Like, how far are we removed from
A year
Brave
and 2
New World?
months.
I wonder if it had... Hold on. It's 14 months because in the fucking... I bet you in Fantastic Four, you have to account for the gestation period of a baby.
No,
And for the time for them to be released. From
So
the hospital.
just
Or,
off
you know,
the
they could
quick...
be weaned off of formula.
Yeah, right.
Just off the quick glances
That
I'm
makes
looking
sense,
at. So by the end of Brave New World, we're in 2027. And then Val makes the comment that Bucky will have only served half a term.
Half a term.
Which is a year.
Right.
So we're 29?
Which would give us 28.
28. Right.
Is when all of this happens.
So then now we're
So
halfway,
14 months later
so
would be
we're in 29.
Okay.
So we're in 29. 2029.
2029, maybe 2030, depending on how... Because if it's...
Do you think we will get Spider-Man 2099 before it's 2099?
Probably.
Because I'm like...
Maybe.
They're
There
on
was-
a pretty fast pace to get to that high up. I bet you we fucking get one.
They're on a very high pace. So, yeah, so it'll be... Yeah. Well, and there's more than just Spider-Man. There's Ghost Rider 2099 and Punisher 2099.
And then there's just Cable, because that's when he lived,
Yeah.
probably.
Right, right, yeah.
Cable back in the day.
Can you bring... You can't bring Cable in either. Well, I guess you could, because Josh Brolin, you really
Yeah.
didn't see his face for Thanos.
No.
No.
There's a prosthetic chin.
Right, right. So, what are we at, like 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
It feels like 2.
So we had our little game show.
Yeah. Anything else?
I would like to say how Bob could go into the heroes' traumas and see what happened to them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I hope he, Hey, how's it going? My name's Bob. You
It's
are?
like, oh my god.
Wanda.
I don't know that he can do that without the void, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he can. I
Oh, I
don't
think
He
that was
always
cool.
did it. He always did it. He's got the void with him.
Yeah, he hasn't got the point. It's in the
He
tap
just
it in.
buried him deep down.
Oh,
Like
okay.
said.
So if you look on Wikipedia, it lists Thunderbolts as taking place in 2027.
So yeah, then
Okay.
we estimated good enough.
Okay, so then,
They hit.
so we're in 2029 probably, because 14 months
the
later
in-credit scene,
would be 2029.
Yes.
It depends.
It depends on where you're at in 27 and where you're at in 27.
Yes. I was like not to be a stickler, but it all depends.
It depends on where you're at in 27.
Well, there was no snow on the ground. It seemed like a pretty
Yeah, but you have
average
to be
day.
at the end of
no jackets, no coats. So you're looking at the summertime.
You're probably looking at spring, summer, fall.
We're looking at probably around May, June, probably around time.
Well,
right.
it looked overcast outside of the Avengers Tower during the end credit scene, but it never did any other time because it was bright blue skies. So maybe they're into winter, fall of 2028.
Yeah, that's probably.
Oh, yeah. 14
Yeah.
months later would be winter, fall. Would
And
be
that's
fall,
if they
winter.
thought as
Yeah.
deeply as I did when making the movie.
Yeah. that is very true.
Judging by the length of Walker's facial hair,
Well, yeah, judging by the shade that Alexi had.
Bucky needs a fucking haircut. Sorry.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like
like
Wilson,
Sebastian.
right? But without the mask.
Yeah. How many haircuts do you think Bucky's had?
Shit tons.
Too many.
Like total? Like that's got to be a lot.
One short hair,
He's like 100.
long hair again.
Yeah, you gotta remember he's
130.
over 100 years old.
That's true.
And his hair's still growing.
Yeah, he's not bald.
That's true.
What is Dad looking up?
The
I would
history
say I
of
like their suits.
the history of Century.
I would say I like their suits.
And you like their suits.
And like it's all black.
Centuries.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the tracksuits.
I was thinking about the tracksuits and their suits.
You all soft it is.
It's like bottom of baby seal.
The sponsors on the side of the jacket, I thought it was fucking hilarious. His Tide Xbox was on there.
Yeah, he looked like a NASCAR driver.
Oh, I hope they put it on like on a fucking internet and we can just all wear. I was like, we're the new Avengers. We were sponsored by all. These
Oh, I hope they put Red Guardian in fucking Marvel Rivals and that's his movie skin.
That would be great.
Well, they're doing one for Thunderbolts for Bucky.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Get Red Guardian. He's a Vanguard. He'd be a good Vanguard.
He could be a good Vanguard.
He'd just be a repeat of fucking Cap.
No, because he doesn't throw.
He doesn't have a shield.
Didn't throw his shield. He did have a shield.
He did have a shield, but he doesn't throw.
Correct, but what I'm saying is he'd still just be running and jumping into the back, because he still does run and jump.
One could say that of Taskmaster, which is why it would be pointless to have Taskmaster anymore.
Taskmaster would be interesting to put in. I just don't know what role they'd be, because if you make them true to what Taskmaster should be, they should be every role, because he should be copying.
To an extent. I think that's why she got fucking killed by what's her name.
Correct.
Like,
I was going to say, it also depends if you're going MCU or comic book, and Rivals goes comic book over MCU.
Taskmaster gets chopped by anybody that can fly as well.
That is true, too.
Because they're just like... And then just go do it again if she lives. Just keep dropping her until she did.
Yeah.
If she pulls out a parachute out of her ass, she can't do it a second time.
That is very true.
I know you can pack them in tight areas, but you're not packing two in there.
I'm not even going to ask how you know that you can back up in tight areas.
He used to...
Oh, yeah.
I know that, but it's...
Well, it goes in a tight area. You take this big, huge blanket that would fill up this entire room, and you pack it in a fucking hot pocket.
It is impressive. I don't know if you've ever seen them fully packed.
Worst
Yeah.
fucking thing ever.
Well, I imagine you know how to fold them.
Yeah, I'm going through it in my head right now. I'm like having flashbacks.
Yeah, PTSD for 4
No, I think I might be selling it soon because one of my old buddies needs new gear. He gained a little bit of weight. He was already a tiny dude. I know. Oh, you gain weight and you get Brad's rig makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no shit.
No, I'm a little taller than him too, so I think I'd be able to put in it.
All right, are we good?
I think so.
All right, don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Don't forget to follow Conchu's Fist on Twitch and Savini Comics on Twitch. But yeah,
And
follow
Levi's feet on OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's Levi's feet. Don't forget to hit the Patreon. This week's new episode, we got Levi's feet is the OnlyFans, and then we've got Levi getting a colonic. This week, the new episode for the Patreon is our special guest Nate cries and masturbates to the Twilight trilogy.
Oh, I have something to say after we get done.
That's a scary statement to have.
So, so that's this week's Patreon.
I'll give you a hint. He's Team Jacob.
I do have a wolf tattoo on my arm, so I am Team
So, so make sure you like, share, comment, give us what you need. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that does follow us. And I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
I'm Nate.
And this has been Pints and Pages. Talk to you guys later.